Well, thank you for joining me on this exercise. I'm looking at question 13. It says the third term in an arithmetic sequence is -8, and the sum of the first 10 terms of the sequence is -230. Find, first of all, the first term of the sequence. So we want the first term, and we want the sum of the first 13 terms. Well, for the first term, we don't know. And for the common difference, we don't know. And for the sum of 13, if we know the first term and we know the common difference, we know that n is 13. Okay, we will be able to find it. So let's do part A. We do that by taking these two pieces of information, call that equation 1, call that equation 2, and then solve simultaneously. So let's look at the formula for the nth term, and it is u1 plus n minus 1 times d. And from equation 1, we've got n equals 3. N equals 3, and the u3 is -8. So the third term is the first term plus 3 take 1 lots of d's. And the third term is -8, so we replace the third term with -8. We don't know the first term. 3 take 1 is 2, and there is equation 1. Equation 2, we use the sum formula, and we are told that the sum is n over 2, the first term and the nth term. Now the nth term, we don't know the last term. So what we could do is use this rule here, that the nth term is the first term plus n minus 1d, and we can come up with a second formula that is published where you don't need to use the nth term. You could use just the first term, and we replace this. We'll replace un with u1 plus n minus 1d, and we get this alternative formula for the sum of n terms, which is n over 2, 2 lots of the first terms, plus n minus 1d, because we've got 1, 2 here. Well, let's use this formula for the sum of 10. Now, the sum of 10, n is 10. We don't know the first term, but we do know n is 10. And so we've got the sum of 10 can be replaced with -230. So we've got -230 equals 5 times 2 times u1 plus 9d. 10 minus 1 is 9. If I, rather than expand, I will divide that by 5. So I'll take the 5 across and get -230 divided by 5. What's that give me? I've still got on this side 2u1 plus 9d. 5 goes into 23, 4. Remainder 3. 5 goes into 36. So we've got this term here, our second equation. So if we take the first equation and the second equation, we write those. I'll write this first equation below this one. And solve this. If I take the first equation and double it, so if I take equation 1 and double it, that would make -16 here. Double that and double 2d, that would make 4. And now we've got, no longer we got the first equation, we've got ourselves a third equation. All right. And if I now subtract equation 2 minus equation 3, negative 46 minus negative 16 is negative 30. 2 take away 2, u1 is 0. And 5 and 9 take away 4 is 5d. Therefore, negative 30 divided by 5 is equal to d. D is equal to negative 6. Now, if d is equal to negative 6, we can go up here and substitute d equals negative 6 in that equation. And we can find out that u1 is, that's negative 12. Bring that over here to be plus 12. Therefore, u1 is equal to 4. So in answer to the part A, it was find the first term. So part A, the first term is 4. Part B, what is the sum of 13 terms? So we want n over 2 times the first term plus n minus 1 times d, which is negative 6. So we've got 6.5 times 8 plus 12 times negative 6. And we've got 6.5 times negative 72 plus 8 is negative 64. Is that right? And we can get a calculator. I'll just use another calculator here, and I'll say 6.5 times negative 64 is negative 416. And there we have our sum of 13 terms. I hope this has helped. Until next time, stay happy.